Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Evan Better Presents. So, where are we? What do we got? What are we doing? What's going on here? What's that crazy shit here? So, I want to talk to you guys briefly about my favorite mod. My absolute hands-down favorite mod. Industrial Craft 2 Experimental. Now, in the olden days, reinforced stone, which is the only item that you can really rely on to contain a serious explosion. Now, there are other things that have nice explosion-proofing properties, such as quartz cobblestone, up to 1.7 times strong as stone, and granite cobblestone, up to 2.5 times stronger than stone in stopping a blast. Now, that is pretty impressive stuff right there. That can probably be the equivalent of half a layer of reinforced stone. Now, why? Why is reinforced stone so valuable? Well, unfortunately, I don't have an exact reading of its blast resistance, but it is magnitudes more than anything else in the game. And why is that important? Now, why is that important? Well, fucking door. Well, there's only one reason. Let's go recharge our armor while I explain the wonderful, wonderful things of industrial craft. My facility, and we're not going to do a flyover, but we'll take a look at it this way. This is my facility. The nuclear reactor is in this northern quadrant between the two blue lakes. And I plan to build 2 nuclear reactors, just to be clear. See this nice area right up here, right where I'm flying towards right now? This whole bloody sweet area is where our nuclear reactor exists, in the subterranean realm that is underneath there. Now, what would happen if a nuclear explosion took place? Well, not too much. Because there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. But nuclear reactor explosions, while predictable explosion radiuses tend to sometimes, depending on the magnitude of the reactor, perform in rather unpredictable ways. So why would I damn risk anything destroying this beautiful base that's taken me 2 months to make? Why would I risk everything here and not use reinforced stone? Right? Alright? So, that's the reason I'm using this reinforced stone. Now, in the olden days, our good friend reinforced stone was quite a simple object to make. I believe it relied on advanced alloy plates or something. It wasn't exceptionally difficult to make. It was quite easy to make. But no longer is that the case. Now, to make reinforced stone, this right here, you need to make iron scaffolding. And iron scaffolding is not exactly an easy item to make. Iron scaffolding takes iron fence, which is iron castings in a metal former. Thank God we have enough of these. Sandwiched between iron plates. That gives you iron scaffolding. So right off the bat, you're talking about a substantial amount of iron. Okay? But that's not all. Next, you need to make CF foam. CF foam is made by combining stone dust, which can be... Actually, I think I have it here. Oddly enough. Iron dust, no. Anyway, yeah, we're looking at iron. Stone dust can be made in a thermal centrifuge by grinding up cobblestone. That's fine. That's fine and dandy. So now you have cobblestone ground up into stone dust. Stone dust then is put into a canning machine or sorry, pardon me, it gives you this beautiful stone powder when you create it. So now stone powder, let me show you how stone powder is made, or CF powder. So CF powder is made as such. All right, some sand, some clay, and some stone dust, which I mentioned is manufactured through a thermal centrifuge. Okay. Now, the thermal centrifuge, and I have to wait because this jetpack is what I need to fly with. The thermal centrifuge is a very advanced item. It basically rips the stone into stone dust for me. Now the stone dust is combined in that pattern I showed you to make CF foam. Now the CF foam, or sorry, pardon me, CF powder. CF powder is then placed inside of a canning machine, and it's a buggy experimental canning machine, of course. It can't be the old-fashioned canning machine. No, 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 sir. And this canning machine allows me to fill up my CF sprayer and my CF backpack. Quite a useful little tool this is. This holds 8,000 millibuckets. This holds 80,000 millibuckets. 8 buckets, 80 buckets. Considerably better to involve this item. Is that charged? Yes, it is. All right, our armor's back to full power. So, let me show you some of the problems I'm running into. And there's got to be a way to do this. I'm just having a hard time with it. These cyclic assemblers are useful, except for in this case here, where the stone dust isn't as prevalent. I don't know if that's a word. Prevalent, I think is the proper word. I'm sorry, I've had a few drinks. It's not as prevalent as the clay and sand in the system. Now, I don't know if I can... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know if there's a way for me to set the system up so that it doesn't use up all of my goddamn stuff. Or perhaps there's a better way. A cyclic assembler is very wonderful for making things quickly, but this blue bar fills up with the other components. I have to constantly come back here and adjust the cyclic assembler, which isn't any good. CF powder is pretty awesome stuff, though. So, I take the CF powder, I place it into this canning machine. As you can see, the graphical user interface is a little messy. It's alright though, I can like that. I have to kind of like guess where the interface lines up. It's kind of a bitch. And I take out the CF powder, alright, and I place the CF powder inside of this nice machine here. And it, as you can see there, adds a bucket of construction foam liquid to my CF backpack and subsequently to my CF sprayer when I put that in there. Alright, so let's get back to the scaffolding. Now, how do you make this reinforced stone? Now, reinforced stone is not, like I said, as easy to make as it used to be. It now requires iron scaffolding. You spray the iron scaffolding with CF powder in the form of CF foam. The CF foam then hardens into reinforced stone. Well, son of a gun, isn't that a hell of a lot of goddamn stuff? Now, we're not going to sit here and wait for this to fill up completely because I don't have that kind of time in this video. It's already been 9 minutes. I haven't shown you anything. So we're just going to let it get to 60. Thank you. Oh, shit. No! And this is the problem right here. We now have a millibucket in there. I have to destroy this machine. Unfortunately, it's not exactly working well. If you don't take it apart in a certain order, it kind of screws up. There we are. So I just want to fill up the CF sprayer a little bit. Oh, sorry. It has a bit of an animation that unfortunately is just not showing with the SPAX. The SPAX Pure BD Craft interface is not compatible with Industrial Craft 2. It just is how things are. No! Shh. Did I save it? Did I get it? I think I got it. Yes. All right. We're safe. All right. So, let us go down into... There's just a few machines making stuff, as you saw. There's got to be a way to balance this machine out. There really has to be. I know there is. I just don't know it. It's frustrating. Anyway, let's go down to the nuclear bunker. Now I'm in the process, actually, at the moment, of redesigning this because I want to make a more beautifully designed area based around my 2 nuclear reactors, which I plan to have down here. So you put down the iron scaffolding, you CF foam it, and if you want to expedite the process, I have to put a wireless transceiver down here. You take sand, which is right. Yeah. Somebody's making glass. Click, click, boom. Reinforced stone. Now I know that it takes 3 pieces of reinforced glass to stop a nuclear explosion. Alright? Oops. 2 doesn't cut it. 2, if the blast is strong enough, it will cut right through that. Alright? 2 is not strong enough at all. 3, on the other hand, is strong enough. And it takes 2 pieces of this reinforced stone, at least in the old... Now, I'm basing all of this off of Tekkit, when I used to do this stuff in Tekkit. Alright, you can see here I've got a 2 thick, except for around the window where it is basically a 3 thick. Because these explosions can sometimes tend to, well, quite honestly destroy everything in the entire area. I don't want to take any chances. Now you can see just how strong this stuff is. It's probably a little bit more than obsidian. And like I said, I'm redesigning this. I need to get in this crevasse. Come on! Oh, you slut. Come on! Son of... There we are. Because I'm going to redesign this control room so that these are a little more centered on the reactors. I've decided how I want to design the reactors. And I just need to get it a little bit more centered so that the window viewing ports are more on the reactors than they are currently. This is just for aesthetics. No other reason. Just aesthetics. But you can see just how strong this stuff is. It's a pain in the ass. A serious pain in the ass. Alright. Now, I would love... You can see here I have currently a 1 thick wall between our 2 reactors. That is not what I would like to do. I would like to have a 3 thick wall so that if the reactors explode... Oh, shit. We don't want to stand in that. If it turns into hardened reinforced stone, we're dead. But I'll show you exactly how it's made. And it's a bitch. It's a stupid cock smacking bitch. I hate it. This CF foam will eventually harden up on its own. You can speed that process up with sand. I'm not doing that at the moment for all of it, just the pieces that I deem necessary to do. Anyway, then you simply boom, boom, boom. You spray it down like that, and it will eventually harden up into reinforced stone. But you can see what kind of a bitch this stuff is. I mean, it is considerably more difficult and more frustrating than the old stuff ever was. I'm really hoping that it is more resilient. Oh, piss off, you little bugger. Now, because we are deep underground, I'm not as concerned about the explosion ripping up through the ceiling. Usually you have to worry about 14 layers. Alright, 14 layers, and that depends on stuff like the density of the object. So 14 layers of stone is generally what you want to think of as needing to be ahead of you or above you to protect yourself from a reactor explosion, okay? Reactors tend to explode at 1.4 times a nuclear explosion of the same fuel amounts. Alright, so if I have a nuke with one quad core's worth of uranium in it, basically, think of it this way. That's not a very accurate way of saying it, but just think of it that way. The reactor blowing up would do 1.4 times that. There we go. Alright. Frickin' bats. So, as I mentioned, 2 thick, 3 thick around the glass. The reactor housing, I want it a 2 space from each one of these walls. 2 space and a 2 space. I'm going to place the reactor housing right here. Let's see. 1, 2. One, two. And I'll go 3 from this front side. Nope, I'm in the wrong spot. See, I already screwed it up. 3 and 3. Perfect. Alright. This will be a graphic representation of what our... Oh, fuck, if I can ever make it proper. Of what our reactor will be. So that's our reactor. That's the basically the position it's going to be, the height it's going to be, all that. Alright. Except for I'm breaking a rule here. I want to go 2 from every side, including the bottom. So the actual center of the reactor is here. So that's a reactor chamber, and these are reactor casings around the edge. Oh, F you. So that is basically the position of what our reactor will be. That gives us plenty of space to run wires. Come here! Come here! Annoying little bastard. That gives us plenty of space to run wires, connections, automatic feeders for our RHS or our RZH condensators, which is what we are going to use to cool our machine. Now I need a 2 space here, so 1, 2. This will be the wall, precisely like I planned. The ceiling and the bottom will only be 1 thick, whereas the wall facing towards our important machinery and whatever else we're possibly fitting into this room here will be 2 thick. To be safe. I don't want to destroy any valuable equipment. That is, I'm sure you guys can understand. Okay, let's see. 1, 2 and the wall. Like I said, I want to have 2 reactors. Shit. I made a mistake. I need to make sure that I have ample protection between our 2 reactor chambers. That means a 3 thick wall. If the wall is not 3 thick, if one of the reactors explodes, it will possibly, depending on the type of reactor I build, burn through into the second reactor chamber, destroying that reactor, causing a double explosion. I cannot afford a double explosion. That could possibly destroy our entire compound. So this wall, as annoying as it is, must be 3 thick. Oops. Okay, let's put our spray pack on. All right. One, 2. That's about as good as the window is going to get, unfortunately. Let's go see what that looks like on the inside. Whoa. Whoa. Hate these doors! Idiot bat. Alright. We've got a pretty good view of the reactor. I'll keep it that way. I like that. I always like to be able to have an actual visual, like, viewport to the reactor, just in case I notice something before. Well, that's stupid. I would never notice anything before my thermal reactors and everything else, that the safety features, or all that shit, would notice it. But it's always nice to pretend like I'm important as well when it comes to the development of these machines, since putting all the time and effort into building them. Get the hell out of here! Come here. Shit. Okay. So, while this hardens up, let's go back upstairs. Show you the other things I've accomplished. This, again, will be the control room. The panels for each one of these reactors will be on the sides here. Ba-da-da-ba. The thermal shutoff switches will be on the sides here. Lots of stuff will be on the sides. A computer control interface will be in the center of the room to our AE network. Fuck that door! Fuck you, door! There we go. I've got to find a way to fix this. That is frustrating to no end. Actually, just had a thought. Actually, that wouldn't work. Shit. Excuse me. Just trying to build a few extra pieces of that CF powder, so that it's in the system. I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, so yes, things are progressing along nicely. I do have this set up in here. It just seemed like the right spot. We actually hit a red light on one of these guys. This actually filled up. You see how it's at 65322? It was actually at 65536. That being said, also, we were down to, I guess it was 5. We had 5 orange lights. So, storage increase will be needed sooner than later. I didn't think that would happen, but it will. I fixed the creosote tank. I had accidentally hooked up this to a lava line. The entire line was filled with lava. I had to tear every piece of this line out from here all the way back to there, underground. Ow. Anyway, that's fixed. The creosote tank is now full. What do I do with that creosote oil? I don't know, because my original plan was going to be to make a liquid-fueled boiler, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now. The production room, finished. Completely. Completely and utterly finished. And to the point of, actually, there's one more machine in here than there should be, because I had no room. But yes, this room is now finished. Everything I want made in here is made in here. I could possibly fit, I mean, there's room for a second layer of stuff on the ceiling, or towards the ceiling, but I'm not going to do that. Why is this draining so hard? What's in production at the moment? All of the machines now have overclocker upgrades. This is the one that's draining all the power. And transformer upgrades, as you can see. So here's a thermal centrifuge. I'll be building a few more of these sooner than later, because I need to use it to refine my uranium. Uranium has to go through a few stages. It has to go through an ore washing plant. It has to go through a macerator. It has to go through a thermal centrifuge, a macerator, and all the rest. Then it also has to go through a process where it's put into uranium rods. But those are all very, very far off goals, obviously, because you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And eggs and such is what I'm referring to when I say that you need to build some of these pieces first. Underground reactor chamber. Done. It's not built completely, but it's bloody done. I hollowed it out. I built the reinforced shit. Make reinforced metal blocks. Sure. Make reinforced CF foam. Make CF powder. Done. Reinforced doors. Done. Haven't done that. Haven't done that. Don't have that. That is done. Haven't really completed that. Haven't done that. And haven't done that. Alright, so we got a few of these items finished, but not all of them. Hi, squiddies. So here I have 3 medium voltage solar arrays on the roof at the moment. These were considerably difficult to make. The machines to make them are a pain in the ass. If you can't tell, I'm trying to do my impersonation of Alan Rickman. Screw you, Mr. Potter, you're a dick. I'm the Half-Blood Prince. Not a very good one, I admit. Perhaps better if I wasn't intoxicated. Anyway. Oof, still going down. Not very good. But it's almost finished. Almost. You see, it's going down because it currently is using up 503 EU a tick. And collectively, what do we have here? 150 EU production. So those each do 30 each, because I have modified my config file, which I may do further, to give those things a little bit better of output. Anyways, we're getting some progress with our reactor build. There's still, oh my god, is there still a lot of work to be done. The control room is coming along. I'm happy about that. The reactor chambers are coming along. I'm happy about that. It is a considerable pain in the ass to build these things, because this is very hard to make, this reinforced stone. Reinforced glass, not so hard. Reinforced stone, incredibly hard. Pain in the ass. I still haven't made the, well, let's find it. What are they called? No. Ah, bloody hell. Come on. Nuclear control. Oh, there it is. Still haven't made these information panels. It's an extender. Advanced information panel. Now, what the hell is that? God damn it. Things just get more and more complicated, don't they? Let's see. How are these made? I can make both of those, no problem. We'll add that to the billboard of things to make. I have the ingredients to make all that. So, wonderful. And I think I have the ingredients to make that as well. I don't know what an advanced information panel is over a regular one, but we will definitely be putting in advanced ones, because this is an advanced facility. As you can see, I moved the lights down just to the next levels, just because it was adding a little bit more brightness in here. I kind of like them. They look cool. They look okay. Anyway, kitty kids, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode of Evan Better Presents Minecraft, and we're on to Industrial Craft 2 Experimental Nuclear Building. Yay! Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.